Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and I wanted to go ahead and give you guys a tour of the car that I recently added to the fleet. Now, if you guys have been in my Discord or if you've been over on my Instagram, y'all already know what it is. But this is the tour video that I've kind of been postponing probably a little too long. But regardless, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys around the car. And right now we're in my apartment, but I also wanted to go ahead and let you guys know that I got rid of my old iPhone X that was giving me a whole, massive amount of issues and went to an iPhone 11 Pro, which was what I'm actually filming this vlog with. So let me know what you guys think about the video quality. Let me know what you guys think about the sound and everything like that in the comments down below. And I'll kind of get a little bit of an idea on whether or not you guys would be okay with seeing more from this device, or if you'd like to see something from maybe like a GoPro on a stabilizer. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get out to the garage. Also, I know I never really showed this to you guys or explained anything about this to you guys, but this is a passenger side front fender for the M3 with brand new side grille, brand new side marker. It's a little bit dusty right now, but what we're going to do is, in order to clean up some of the imperfections on the body of the M3, we're going to actually be stripping this and getting it repainted black, along with a new bumper and a few other things that we're going to be doing towards the beginning of the new year on the M3. Well, we're in the garage now, and as you can see behind me, that is the 2020 track car build in, well, progress. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys around it. It's a 1993 Miata. It's an NA6. And in a minute, I'm actually going to go ahead and get inside, and I'll tell you guys a little bit more about the car. But one of the biggest things I wanted to tell you about it is the fact that it has 258,000 miles on the factory 1.6, but there's a lot more to it than the mileage. So let's go ahead and get in, and I'll go ahead and talk to you about the car. Now, inside the Miata, it's, well, a Miata. Hey, S2000 seats. Well, stock S2000 seats. But I haven't done anything to this interior yet, so I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a quick rundown. Now, this is I don't know what the model name of this particular NRG steering wheel is, but it does have a quick release on the back, and it's cool. It's okay. I'll probably be changing out at least the wheel. What I'll probably do is keep the quick release, but change out the wheel itself. The interior is actually not bad at all for how many miles this car has. The dash isn't even cracked, which is another big, another really nice thing. The seats aren't ripped or torn up. The only thing that I really do want to get rid of in here is these Sparco harnesses, because the car does have a roll bar. I got my big jacket back there, but the car does have a roll bar, but it has stock seats, and then these harnesses are wrapped around the stock seat. Now, again, the problem with this is the fact that you don't have an anti-submarine belt down here, and you don't have proper pass-throughs through the seat like a proper racing seat would. Instead, these harnesses are going around the seat, which I didn't install these. Obviously, this is how the car came when I got it, but that's definitely something I will be changing out. And interestingly enough, the car, instead of door handles, has these almost Porsche GT3 style homemade door pulls, which are kind of cool. I mean, when you're talking about the kind of car that this is and what I'm going to use it for, it's kind of cool. But you can see also the holes where the factory door handle used to be. No cup holder. You can put one in if you're so inclined. And other than that, it's pretty basic in here. So what's the overall plan for this car? Why did I buy it? Well, the reason why I bought this car was because I wanted a reliable backup long-term track car that I could drive around on the street and, have fun within the mountains, but I could also have something that I would always know would be ready to go to a track day the moment I turned the key, effectively. I wanted something simple, reliable, just take it to the track, practice, and have fun, and just keep yourself sharp, Now, with that being said, since this car is such high mileage, 258,325 miles, just looked at the odometer. Since this car is such high mileage, what do I plan on doing to just effectively keep it usable on track? Well, The stock 1.6 in it right now is quite tired, as you might imagine. And right now I'm looking into my options for swap kits. And I'm debating on just throwing another like fresh 1.6 in it for now for dirt cheap and just tracking with that and just like doing all my other modifications and then doing my engine swap down the road, or going ahead and ordering something like a GM Ecotech swap kit, which is the engine that you'd commonly find in, say, a Slingshot. And those engines are pretty plentiful to find. They're relatively cheap from what I've looked at and seen, and they seem to be pretty reliable. Now, a lot of people have tried to get me to do a K-Miata. I was also thinking about doing a Honda J-Series, which is a V6, but I don't know if I want to go the Honda route with this car. I kind of want to go maybe the GM route with this car because parts are super plentiful, they're easy to find, and for the most part, they're inexpensive. Because that's the other thing with this car is the whole point of a track Miata is to have a backup track car that is also really cheap to just use over and over and over and over again, effectively cheap track time. So with that being said, and you know, the idea of keeping the running costs a little bit lower for this build, I have a feeling that the Ecotech swap might be a good place to start because you have a modern engine. You have an engine that, you know, obviously you can find parts for pretty much everywhere, but you also have something that seems like it can take the you know, kind of like the repeated abuse of track time pretty well and pretty regularly. So one of the I do want to mention though, one of the very first things that I'm doing to this car is getting rid of these stock seats. And I know I mentioned that earlier, but it already has the hard dog roll bar back there, which I showed you guys earlier, but man, these stock Miata seats absolutely 100% have to go. I don't like them. I am not a fan of them. You slide around all over the place. Even when you're driving on a mountain road, you slide around all over the place. My left knee got so sore from like banging up against the door and bracing up against the door that it just doesn't work. It's not an effective way to use your Miata, in my opinion. I mean, I get it if you want to, you know, keep the car predominantly like street based, but I mean, I even have the Sparco QRTR in the M3, which is effectively a race seat. I mean, it's a fixed back race seat, but I drive it around in the M3 on the street, which, by the way, I know you guys haven't seen the M3 in a while, but I still drive it a lot. Kind of been dailying a combination of this and the M3 lately. The M3 has been undergoing like a couple of different changes recently, which I'm going to reveal to you guys pretty soon because I'm ordering some parts for it pretty soon. But the S2000, I also want to update you guys on the S2000. The S2000 is still in the works. It's not gone or anything. It hasn't been sold. It hasn't been crashed. Nothing like that. It's still in the process, but we actually are putting a new VTEC solenoid in it very, very soon I believe that should be either on the way or just got to the shop. I'm not sure. I need to call the shop and make sure, but we're going to put a VTEC solenoid in it and see if that helps. And if it doesn't, we're going to pull the head and actually send the head back to the machine shop to finally get the VTEC issue worked out and figured out. But in the meantime, I need something to properly practice in, and so that's the point of this. And also, if the S2000 ever had any issues, or I just didn't want to drive that on the track, I could drive this, or technically I could drive the M3 as well, but the M3 is probably going to be going a little bit more of the street car / drift car route. Not saying you couldn't still take it on the track, but I've been kind of kicking the idea around of doing a hydro e-brake setup in the M3 and maybe hitting a couple of drift events with it in the coming year. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know in the comments below what your opinions are on getting a little doing some slidey boy stuff in the M3. And of course, what Miata would be complete without attempting to add a little bit more horsepower? Now, if you guys have any questions or ideas in regards to the Miata build, leave them in the comment section below, because there's definitely going to be a lot of community involvement within my community with this particular car, because I kind of really want this car to be something that we all get involved in together, because a lot of my other cars have been builds that have just been predominantly me directing the build, but I want this build to be directed, you know, kind of mutually by everybody that's involved with it. So I will say I do have a big wing on the way for the car already. I just need a splitter to go underneath this little lip that the car has right now, because it is properly low. It's very, very low, as you can see. But Surprisingly enough, it does not rub. Even when you're really like, you're really pushing it into corners, it doesn't rub, which is really, really impressive. But if you have any questions, leave them down there in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and subscribe for more. And remember, y'all will be seeing a lot more of this car on the channel very soon in 2020, as well as the 2 other projects. And I may have another secret plan for the new year that I may or may not be rolling out soon, but you guys will have to wait and see on that one. But hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.